Welcome back. We are at episode 9 of From Wedded to Besties.
Yes.
If this is your first time here, go back and watch all the other episodes. We are a mom-stepmom co-parenting duo from Tampa, Florida.
I really thought you were going to introduce us when you said that. And then you said, go back.
A lot of other things to cover, okay? But today, oh shit, I just dropped my phone.
I love that.
If you're watching on YouTube, no you didn't. I also need to stop sucking my teeth so much. I can't be doing that. What are we doing? Edit this out. Alrighty with the edits. Okay, so, anyway. So, hold on. We'll just talk about what we're doing, I guess. Okay, so this week we have a lot we're doing. We are going to Sanford, Florida.
Yes, historic downtown Sanford, which is just a little bit north of Orlando if you don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm. And we are going to the Lantern Festival out there and then going to a craft beer tasting.
Yes.
With the kids and with our husbands. The kids are getting Thursday and Friday off of school. We're filming this on a Wednesday. And super exciting. And then Saturday we're going to be at the zoo.
Yes.
Can't wait for that. There'll be a lot of cute content when we get there.
Are we going? I don't know what it's called, but we're going to whatever Christmas thing is at the zoo.
I don't remember what it's called either. I haven't been since before COVID. We used to go every single year. I think it's called I don't know what it's called. I'll have to look it up.
I've never heard of that before.
Winter Wonderland or something at the zoo. It's like a special zoo thing.
It was on the news today and I saw them and I was like, we're going there Saturday, but I can't tell you what it is either.
I don't know. I know they have a reindeer there.
I think it's something like Zoo and Friends, something Friends.
Rudolph and Friends or something. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll see you Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
Other than that, we've just been trying to get content caught up. Thanksgiving definitely threw us back. We have a lot coming up this week.
Yes.
This month. I feel like we have something every single week that we're doing this month.
I know. December. I don't know why I thought it was going to be easier in December, or I thought it was going to be slower. I don't know. I thought, first of all, the 30 Days of Cocktails in September was intense, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait till October. October was intense, and I was like, I couldn't wait till November. And now I'm just like,
when are we getting a break?
Yeah, like, what's going on? What are we doing? Are we poor planning? Like, is this something that we're doing? Because I don't know.
Well, for January right now, we don't really have anything. Well, the only thing we have is a tentative date to go to Georgia.
Yeah.
But as things come up, we're like, okay, we have nothing in January. Let's just throw everything in January. And then January comes and we're like,
yeah.
And it's the same thing. But it's better to be busy than not have anything going on. So
I don't know. My bed low key be like, I miss you. And I'm like, I miss you too.
It's good. It means we're doing good. We're busy.
Yeah.
So today's topic is one that Tiffany brought up.
Yes. It's one that I wanted to bring up a couple of weeks ago. Then Megan asked me what my points were, and I forgot.
So she had to go back and revisit points.
Yeah, we had to redo it. Basically talking about stepmom struggles. I have people who ask me questions all the time about stepmoms, how I feel, what I go through, do I struggle with anything? And I decided to join a stepmom, I wouldn't say support group, because they're not supportive.
They're not supportive.
It's supposed to be like a stepmom group. Yeah, like a community for people who are stepmothers to come together, discuss issues or whatnot. Boy, was I wrong when I went in there. I showed Megan some of them.
I know, and I was just like, no wonder. Damn, most bio moms are bitter towards stepmoms. If that's how the majority of stepmoms are, then I would not be wanting to co-parent with them either.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. It didn't seem supportive at all. It seemed very
just I don't want anything to do with the kids.
Yes. Nothing about let's beat the stereotype of stepmotherhood. They were just
perpetuating it?
Yeah, exactly. Let me stay in this stereotype. Let me be the evil, wicked stepmothers. That was evil, wicked stepmother network to the T.
It was. And it's sad to think that, new stepmothers and, they're joining this group thinking that that's the way to act. And
that's shaping how they become a stepmother.
Yes.
That type of support system is
horrible. So again, these are our opinions, okay? If this is not how you feel or not what you agree with, remember, you came to our podcast, honey, okay? This is our opinions on how we feel about things. And I'm a bio mom. I am the bio mom.
Yes.
Tiffany's a stepmom, so she's going to be giving her opinions. We both have stepmothers.
Yes.
Who we love and adore. So that kind of gives you the viewpoints where we're coming from.
Yes.
So you should pull up some of those.
Oh my god, I don't know.
We were like Tiffany and I were seriously getting heated for each other because it was just like, damn, like.
Getting heated just to like read it, like to be a bio mom and see the things that some of these stepmoms are saying, like I too would be mean and rude to them. Like, how dare you say some of these things?
So we will be giving you the 2 viewpoints of...
Oh, here's one that they just did.
Oh, Lord.
They said, they asked, holidays with the exes, is it a yes or a no? And they said, frankly, attempting to celebrate holidays with the exes is often a recipe for disaster. One big happy family is a lie and a myth that needs dispelling. I'm not sure who believes that socializing with our exes and our partner's exes is a good time, but it doesn't work. Now, granted, I know it doesn't work sometimes, and it doesn't work for everyone, but just to start off with letting people know that it's a myth, like you can't have like a healthy co-parenting relationship, you can't celebrate the holidays with the ex, is gonna put in the mindset of a stepmom or of a bio mom of like, don't do the holidays with the ex because it's just gonna be a bad thing, but you don't even know.
They're more concerned with it not being a good time for them. Like, what about the kids? Like, we're not doing this for each other. We are doing it for the kids. Like, the kids are the ones who are gonna get to celebrate their, their holiday with both families. And those people are just being like, no. But there were some really juicy ones. She's gotta find the ones where they were like, I remember one saying something like, I married the man, not the stepchildren, and I don't have to like the stepchildren.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through them right now.
I was like, damn.
So right now, I guess they're talking about joint holidays, and people are like, nope, we're not doing that. It's one or the other type of thing. And it's like, some people said, we've tried and it doesn't work. That's fine. You tried it out and you know it doesn't work. You gave it a chance. For whatever reason, it's fine. But these people who are like, nope, it's one or the other, like, you're just making your kids choose which isn't.
And I wouldn't go from, high conflict co-parenting to joint holidays being your first step to reconcile. I would work on your core foundation and your relationships with each other first. Before, like, if Mike and I were still head-to-head battling, we would not have spent Christmas Eve last year together, because that is a recipe for disaster. You have to wait till you're all cohesive and in a good spot before you attempt to.
It takes time. It takes time and it takes an effort. And the people who say, because a lot of people say it would make me uncomfortable, I wouldn't feel okay with it, I'm nervous, no one's gonna talk to me. Stop making it about you. Like, make it about the kids. Yes, you're gonna be uncomfortable. There is no situation where an ex and a new spouse are gonna come together in a room and just click. It's going to be uncomfortable. Like, 100%. Like, it was uncomfortable. Megan and I met several times, and that's completely normal and fair. But just like anything that you do that is uncomfortable the first time, it takes time.
I know.
I was uncomfortable driving a car, and look at me, I'm speeding.
I'm still uncomfortable driving a car, and I'm still doing it. People are, oh my god.
I'm trying to find, I wish I would have screenshotted it, but I forgot. But a lot of people.
As it goes up. I can't stand when the stepmoms were told by others, you didn't marry your spouse, you married the kids too.
Yes.
Pardon me, but what the fuck? No, I did not marry those kids. Yes, he did. I'm sorry, but if you start dating a man who has children, those children are your children. If you don't want to marry someone with kids or date someone with kids, then don't. There's a million other men out there who don't have kids. Like, how fucked up is that? I don't know if it's just because I have my own kids. Like, I don't know, but...
Just the same thing as, I can't find the topic, but they had a topic about disengaging. Basically removing themselves from the parenting of the spouse's child. So, for example, like if I was to disengage, Mike would strictly be parenting Michael and I would have nothing to do with it. And a lot of stepmothers were saying, like, this is the new way to parent. Disengage from a child that's not yours and it won't stress you out. And they're like, my life is so much easier now. It's his child, his problem. And I don't think they understand that it's like, great, you have an easy life, but how are you affecting the child? How are you causing trauma to them? Because you're deciding to be like, not my child, not my problem.
But then if you have kids with your husband, you're gonna treat your kids, you know,
Yeah.
like they're your kids, but then you're gonna have a step kid over here who gets no attention or anything from.
Yeah. Even if it's the other way around, like if she has kids,
Yeah.
you're gonna be upset. Like let's say you do need your husband to do something or take care of him or of your child and you're sick, and he's gonna be like, no, I'm disengaged. Like we're supposed to be disengaged from each other's kids. Now you're by yourself. You done messed up.
I can't disengage.
It just.
I cannot. But then the stepmom's gonna want that child to like behave and follow all the rules in her house.
And then they'll be like, this kid doesn't listen. This kid's a brat. This is a horrible child. It's like, but you set the environment up. Like what do you think is gonna happen?
Disengage.
So I picked 3 topics after going through all of this because I don't even want to look through all of it. It stresses me up.
I'm looking through it right now.
So the first topic I have is losing all the first. There was a topic that people were talking about losing all the first, and I was talking to Megan about how it does make sense. Like that's a legit stepmom struggle that I can see and I can understand, because one thing I'll never have that Megan gets to have, or got to have because you don't technically have it anymore, is you got married for the first time. So you got married with the intention of the nuclear family, happy ever after, had your baby, had all the first with the baby, had the first everything. As a couple, as a mom, as a wife, and I don't ever get to have that because I came into the relationship already knowing that Mike had a family and had a past. So I wasn't his first wife. I wasn't his first marriage. We will not have our first child together. And well, I would struggle more with, like, I guess having a baby and trying to deal with stuff that I've never dealt with. But he will say, you know, he'll be the one that's like, I've dealt with this before, or, you know, this is how you do it. Like, I would be missing out on a lot of the first. And I think that's a struggle that a lot of people struggle with. I don't know. I don't think I would struggle with it.
I was going to say, I was like, Travis, I wasn't Travis's first wife, you know. Or I was his first wife.
I was like, are you telling me something I don't know?
He wasn't my first husband, you know what I mean? But he's never said, like, he's had any issues or anything, but I don't know. I've never heard of that before.
I think we kind of immersed ourselves in the family and relationship that it doesn't affect us as much. Like, I remember Michael asking me a long time ago when we were talking about, like, having a baby and stuff, that he was like, if you have a baby, like, is it going to be your first baby? And I was like, no, like, you're our first baby. Because I know a lot of people, and I've seen it with my own friends and family, that they'll have divorce and get remarried, and they're like, oh my God, we're having our first child together. But it's like, yeah, it is your first child together, but it's not the first child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a second child, and like they try so hard to redo the first time.
Yeah.
That it's like, don't do that. I wouldn't recommend doing that, just because I feel like you're taking away, like, if I do the whole babies, you know, our first official baby in the house, like, how is that going to affect Michael, that he's going to be like,
they're liver?
Yeah, they're starting their own family. And I see a lot of people do that. I mean, we've seen it with those women that do the freaking family Christmas cards with, I've seen stepmom and dad and then their kids, and they don't include the stepchildren because they just want their own little family in their photos. And it's like, I know you're trying to have the nuclear family and trying to have that happy ever after, but you don't get it when you date and marry someone who has been divorced. You have to own up to that. You have to understand that. And let it go. Like, don't force it. And then they force it, and you don't consider that there's someone there that you're affecting.
That would break my heart. Because imagine how that child feels. Like, I mean, it's hard enough having to go from home to home and feeling like you don't have a steady ground to stand on. But then seeing a new baby, and that baby becomes the new family. And it's like, well, what about me? You know, like, you guys were so into me. I kind of went through that when I was, because I have a full brother. Well, my mom and my dad had, you know, me and my brother, and then my dad got remarried to my stepmom. And I remember when my little brother Alex was born, and we definitely felt like we were the stepchildren. And even with my dad, I mean, to this day, I mean, they treat Alex and Aaron different. I mean, he loves us all, but
I can't with the eye roll.
There's definitely, like, there's a difference in how things
I can't wait for your dad to see this.
He doesn't watch our podcast, but there is, and again, there's no manual. They did the best that they could.
Yeah.
I only saw my dad every other weekend when I was a kid, so he did have those other 2 kids the majority of the time. But it was, to this day, still, like, they got no problem, you know, putting money for a plane ticket for one kid to come home.
Yeah.
But the other kid, it's like, he's grown, he can take care of himself. And it's like, we're all over 18, like,
Yeah.
we're all grown. Just little things like that.
Yeah. I never dealt with anything like that, obviously, because my mom didn't have any other kids besides me and my brother, and we have the same sibling. So it wasn't drastic on my mom's side. A little bit more drastic on my dad's side because they did have my sister 10 years. I mean, we have a 10-year difference. So I was already, was it 16 or 15 or 16 when they had my sister. And it wasn't more like they were trying to get first with her. It was more like they were trying to enjoy the like whole last little baby all over again when we were finally all established and like getting into the whole blended family type of thing that we had. Having her and like them rejoicing over like a baby in the house like annoyed me.
Same, because I have a brother who's the same distance between you and your sister.
Yeah.
I have a little brother who's 17. So yeah, I remember that too. He was literally, that kid could do no wrong.
Exactly.
He still can't to this day.
Exactly.
Like,
They
he's
just
the golden child.
doted on him, and I was just here like, cool, where was that when like I was a kid and getting like yelled at left and right, or just, I'm glad I was the mistake and they got their shit together afterwards.
Yeah, I would never want my kids to go through that, though. That's one reason why I didn't want to do every other weekend. I wanted Michael to have a strong relationship with his dad. I wanted him to have, you know, separate households or, you know, whatever. Like, a good, strong foundation in both households, because I know how hard it was for me to try to have a relationship with my dad, who I saw every other weekend. And our relationship is better now that we're adults, but as a kid, I mean, we struggled. There was times when my dad also went through a bunch of shit too, but we won't get into that. I won't embarrass anyone here. But, yeah, it wasn't until we were adults, like me, personally an adult, and it wasn't until after I got divorced from Mike that we actually had a good relationship. So, didn't want my kids to go through that. I think the whole, like, disengage, I think that's bullshit. If you don't want a kid,
family.
Date someone who doesn't have a kid.
Yeah.
'Cause that is not fair. Like, how dare you go into someone's family, whether it be a son and his 2 daughters, a son and a dad, or whatever, like, how dare you go into someone's family and then marry that dad and be like, yeah, but I don't want any part of your kids.
Yeah. And I think that goes with the whole, when this group was talking about the whole losing the first, because I was like, I can understand it. Like, I'm not going to say, like, oh, that's wrong for you guys to, like, mourn the loss of the first. I'm like, that's realistic. I'm like, I would have, you know, loved to have, you know, my just family, and, like, we don't have to do split custody. I think everyone wants that, to not have share and just have the family that you wanted initially. But I also think that when you choose to start talking to someone who does have a child, you're kind of choosing to say in the same sentence, you know, I'm choosing to give up those first. Like, if you really do want those first, and that's something that means a lot to you, then you can go be with someone who doesn't have a child and experience all those first. But you can't have everything that you want with someone who has already had a life established beforehand.
I think that's what I don't understand is when you go into a relationship with someone who was married and has a kid or whatever, I don't want to say you don't get to be upset, but you knew going in that he was married and had a kid, so for you to sit there and be upset about it, I didn't get to be this, you knew going in.
Yeah.
So I think that's not where it's clicking for me. Like, if it is that important to you, like you said, there are plenty of men out there who haven't been married, who haven't had a kid. You can go find one and have that what you want, but you can't sit there and be upset that you didn't get to be his first wife and his first this when you knew going in.
Yeah, that you
weren't gonna have that. So that's where I just don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah, so that was one of the topics that I saw that I thought was very interesting. And I don't think I even realized it, I think, until I read it, that I think I told you, and I was like, holy shit, I really don't ever get to have the first things. But it's like,
you get to be the first Puerto Rican he married?
With you? Is that what you're giving me? That's all I get.
Yep.
I love that for me.
You get to be, you've been the longest wife he's had.
It's true.
There you go. Look, you can know these first. Look at me.
I'll just have to put you on there. You can just sit with every single woman who talked on that thing and be like, let me tell you what first you get.
Yeah, I'll lift you up. Look at the positive in things, okay? I was also his first divorce. Did you want that? No.
Darn, you took that right away from me.
There you go. See, it's all about the way you see things, your mindset, y'all. Anyway, next point.
Let's see. The second one is marrying the spouse and not the kids.
We kind of touched on that, but that is, I stand by what I said.
There were so... God, I wish I could... Actually, no, I can't screenshot it because it had people's like names and stuff. But there was a list of people commenting saying, yes, I married the man of my dreams, but I didn't get to choose the kids, so I'm not marrying the kids. Or be like, I wanted the man, I never said I wanted the kids. Just the things that they were saying, like they were like, I'm choosing to love my husband because he's like the most amazing man, and they were like, I'm being forced to have to deal with the kids too. Like, what? Like, no one's forcing you. If this is truly the man of your dreams, then those kids better be the kids of your dreams too, or go find another man of your dreams. Like,
I can't. And then, then they want to get pissed off because the bio moms don't like them, but they're saying that shit.
I
don't like your kids, but also you're a bitch. Like, because you're mad at me for not liking your kids and treating your kids like shit.
Yeah. It was amazing at how some of these women were saying how they were like, they want their lives with, the men, they didn't want to have these kids around, but they obviously can't choose to get rid of the kids. And it was like, what are you talking about?
4 years till it's just me and my husband.
I don't doubt it. I don't. They're probably the same people who are sitting there and be like, can we just have... Oh, they were. Remember they were talking about like, can we just have a weekend like to ourselves without the kids? Talking about... That's me.
Yeah, I was putting this on Instagram.
I love that for us. They were talking about like having vacations without the kids because they need to be able to have free time without having their husband's kids around. And I was like, would you do that if it was your kids too, or is it only because it's your husband's kids? Like, I was astounded by some of these people.
Or the people who are like, I need some no kid zones in my house.
Yes, they had no kid zones where they said there were specific spots where the stepkids were not allowed to go into, because they need to decompress, and just not be around the kids because it's too much to handle. Which, honestly, if we go back on this a little bit, why... I might piss people off with this. I don't know. Why do you need a break from the stepkids when you don't have them all the time?
That's what I was going to say! Girl, worst case scenario... Not even worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you have those kids 50% of the time.
Yeah,
Well, unless the bio mom's a piece of shit or whatever and can't take care of her kids. Not even if she's a piece of shit, but sometimes, fathers get... The kids only see their mom every other weekend. Whatever. But damn, I don't get a break from my damn kids. How is it that I'm a bio mom and I have a kid 100% of the time? I don't get a break, and I just can't decide, like, I'm just gonna take a break. Bryce.
I know.
So,
but yeah, that astounded me. They were saying they need to get a break because it was like, yes, like, I mean, there's days where Michael stresses me out and stuff, like any, child and parent relationship type of thing, but I've never been like, oh my God, like, when is he going home? Like, I need a break. Like, what? I can't. You need a break.
I can't. Yeah, no.
And having no zones for the kids. And the thing
I understand having... I don't know what they consider no zones, but the kids aren't allowed in our bedroom. They don't... I mean, they can come in there, like, if I'm in there, but they can't just, like, walk into our bedroom.
No, same.
And there are certain areas that, like, we have a gym in our house, and the gym bathroom, I try to keep clean because, we have guests that use that bathroom. So I tell them, like, don't go in there unless it's an emergency. Go over. But it's not like I'm going to go hide in the bathroom and play on my phone because it's a no-kid zone. It's like, just don't go in there.
But there's just no kid zone. There's people out there. I didn't see it in this comment section, but I've known people, I wouldn't call them friends, acquaintances, who will not let the stepkids go into their own kids' rooms because it's not their room.
You're lying.
No, I've seen that, and I'm just like, at first I was like, I don't get it, and I think I did ask them, and they were like, because, what did they say? They said, I spend too much damn money to have someone else's kids break my shit. And I was like, you do realize, first of all, they're kid toys. They're going to be broken by some fucking kid. Whether it's not your kid or someone else's kid, Do you not let the kids' friends come over and they not destroy the kids? Like, why do their friends get to come over and play with the damn toys, but your own stepchildren, which are your family, can't play with their step-siblings' toys because you paid money for them? Do you expect, in that same freaking situation, do you expect these kids to be coming from their other parents' house with a bag of toys because you're not going to let them play?
That's so fucked up.
Like, they're just fucking kids. Michael breaks stuff all the time, and I'm just like, want to like sprinkle him and stuff, but I'm not gonna tell people to like. That's the
Megan,
whole point. You're buying the toys. Megan, you need to have him come here with his own set of toys.
I cannot. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, people are fucking nuts.
Yeah, someone said that, and I.
But yeah, if that girl were to have a baby, you know, there would be. I'm sure there wouldn't be any no kid zones. It would just be like a no step kid zone. Girl, that's why I was afraid. That's why I was so afraid when Mike told me he was dating somebody and that he was gonna be getting married. This is like all of my nightmares.
Like the scary situation.
Yes, like how is my baby gonna be at another person's house? You know, because I know I wouldn't put up with that shit at my house if I got remarried. I was like, hell no. If you need a kid-free zone, your kid-free zone can be over there on Tinder. Get the fuck out of my house. I would not be putting up with that. You love my kid as your own, or we are not gonna work, friend. But.
I mean, even this makeup room is technically a no-kid zone, but how many times, these damn kids just walk right in and play with anything anyways. I try, but it's only a no-kid zone just because there's, like, so much shit in here that they can
we don't
break.
encourage them to come play in here. They can come in here and, like, talk to us and ask us something, but...
They honestly go wherever they want.
Crazy.
It's insane to me. And on that same topic of the whole marrying the husband and not marrying the kids... The women on there who were saying that, like, they never wanted kids and, like, they just want the dream husband, but they never wanted kids in their, like, life.
Marrying someone with kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, are you guys... They act like these men are the only, like, soulmates for them and they just have to deal with the situation that they were given with. Mm-hmm. But it's like, if you really don't want kids in your life, then go freaking marry someone who also doesn't want kids with their life. Don't marry someone who already has 3 or 4 kids and be like, yeah, but I don't want kids and I don't want kids in my house. Like, too late for him.
There's like literally a million other men out there. Like, why are you going after someone who has kids? Like, all that's gonna do is just put pressure on your husband to feel like he has to choose between his wife and his kids. And I'll tell you what, it should be the kids that win every single time.
Yes,
period.
Because if he does choose his wife, he's straining the relationship with his kids, and there goes his relationship with the kids. And if you don't think those kids are going to be adults and be like, fuck you and your wife, that's on you.
That's
you
created
what she
that.
wants,
though.
I can't.
It's nasty. I found a good one, but I lost it. It was the one where it was like, I don't know if you have that one on there, but it was like something about the stepmom habits shaping the kid or something. Do you remember that one?
No. I have a third topic if you want to keep looking while I do the third topic.
Okay.
The third topic that I saw was people, and this is actually on our social media. This isn't from that stepmom group that I was telling you. This is something that I've been seeing with bio moms commenting on Megan and I's videos that just had me heated, and it's like one of the struggles that I'm like ready to throw hands for. When these bio moms hop on because they think, first of all, in a video where Megan says she lets the boys call me mom, they think that, like, Megan said apparently that she forces the boys to call me mom. And
even though I said if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to. It's not a forced thing. Like, they can call me whatever. I've been called the dog's name more than probably my own name. Someone said if you wanted to be a real mom, go have your own kids. Like, that's what they said to the stepmom. They didn't say it to me because I would have popped off. It would have been on TikTok already. I would have been on the news.
I would have been on the news. Bang News 9.
It was a bio mom. She said if my exes want to be mommy or something like that. She was just so nasty. She's like, wants to be a real mom, she can go and have her own kids. And I was like, the fuck? I'm like, you are so against having your child to have any sort of love or relationship with someone else because you're such a selfish person that you're going to say something that could be so inconsiderate if that woman can't have a child or is struggling to have a child and she is lucky and probably hella grateful to be able to be raising your child. But if she can't have kids and she wants kids, she's going to treat that baby like the most important thing in her world. And you're going to tell her to go have her own kids.
It's not even, I mean, yeah, that's absolutely horrible. But it's not even just that. Like, the stepmom is literally bathing, feeding, taking care of, doing homework, like, doing everything that a mom does the majority of the time. Not these stepmoms. The majority of stepmoms. So go have your... She's doing everything for your damn kid that you do for your kid, so how is she not a mom?
I don't know.
There's so... I did a reel on Instagram and TikTok about this. You know, like, there are so many ways to have a baby that doesn't include coming out of your fucking vagina. That still makes you a mom.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I can't.
And
I
not just that, but like in that same topic of, so if she does go and have her own kids and raise her kids and doesn't want to raise your kids, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, exactly.
Like when your child goes to the dad's house and it's just her and the child and she's like, not my problem, and that child is hungry and in a corner all alone because she's gonna be like, your mother said to raise my own kids, so I'm raising my own kids. Feed yourself.
Yeah, she
take care of yourself.
If you wanted your child to have a stepmom, you should have been a stepmom. You wanted your child to have food over at his dad's house, you should have became a stepmom yourself. Yeah. Doesn't make sense, does it? You fucking idiot bitch. Oh, I hate her.
Damn, I wish I could find her profile too, man. Because as soon as I saw it, I typed it on my phone because I was like, this is the next podcast topic. But I didn't want to like throw any type of words at her because I was
kids.
like,
I can't. Not everyone can have kids, one. And two, she is being a mother to your fucking kid, you idiot. But if she wasn't, you know, like you said, like, she wasn't taking care of the kid, then she would be a nasty, evil bitch stepmom.
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes.
And I fucking hate everybody.
And I can see why, you know, stepmoms say all the time that they're so stressed out, which is why they like our dynamic. And I'm like, I'm so lucky because I see all these horror stories and I'm like, you really can't win with some of these women. It's literally like you're surrounded, I would think, becoming a stepmother, you're literally surrounded by like fire and you just, one little thing you do, you're gonna like get yourself burned. You can't like have too close of a connection with the child because then the bio mom's gonna hate you for like trying to play mommy and you can't
replace her or whatever.
And you can't, you know, tell the husband, oh, it's just your responsibility, because then he's gonna be like, you're not supportive and you're not being a partner to me. And then you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna you know, take care of the child, but I'm not gonna have a connection with them, because then you're gonna be like a shitty, cold, evil stepmom. And it's like, what can you fucking do? Like, I can't imagine it. Like, luckily we have such a good situation that I don't have to deal with that, but I can't imagine the stress that some of these stepmoms have of dealing with conflict with their own partners about, are you being a good enough stepmom, are you not being a good enough stepmom? Situations with the child, if the child's gonna be like, you're not my real mom, you're not my real parent. And then on top of that, you also have to deal with a third person and deal with an ex that you never signed up to deal with either. It's just like,
as long as you're not being like any of these nasty stepmoms on this page, which if you're watching this, I hate you. So I have another one. It's this one. It says, do you believe your stepchild's behavior is a reflection on you? Why or why not?
100%.
How so?
It's a reflection on you because they're going to see, like, first of all, we'll use Michael as an example. There's times when, like, I know in the beginning when I first started dating Mike and Michael would do things and he's like, oh, you're just like your mother. And I'm just like, that's weird because I didn't know you back then. So I was like, I don't know if he's like her or not. I was like, oh, like growing up, all I'm going to see is sides of Megan and sides of Mike. And I was like, this basically is one half of each person. So I was like, okay, cool. But like now as he's getting older and he's saying things, I'm like, damn, that's me right there. Like, yeah, he's starting to be influenced by the step parents as well.
So is Bryce. Bryce is 4.
But yeah, they definitely get things for you. They're a little bit a part of you now. So instead of Michael just being one half of both of you, he's a fourth of everyone. Look at me doing math on here.
No, I thought you were going to say a third. I was like...
No, he's a fourth of everyone. And he's seen how his mom and dad interact. He's seen how his step-parents interact with the parents. He's basically learning how he's going to talk to people as he gets older from us. So I know the fact that he sees you and I being healthy and he knows that you're the ex and I'm the new. The fact that there was a situation where you guys didn't get along and you divorced, but we're all still choosing to be respectful, that it hopefully teaches him as these get older that you don't have to like someone. You don't have to agree with someone. You don't even have to be friends with someone, but you need to be respectful.
People are so nasty in these comments. Everyone's like, no.
I know, I can't,
no.
like...
Not my monkey, not my circus. I can only control so much.
It is your monkey.
It is your monkey.
It's your whole... All your ducks are in a row. They include step or not step.
I said, nope. I'm not his mother or his father. I didn't raise him.
You are raising him! Oh my god.
Nope, it's a reflection of my husband and his ex.
Yeah, and like they're choosing to create those solid lines to differentiate, like, not my child, not my problem. But if you think that you're gonna like come out at the end winning, like,
not anymore. Hashtag disengage.
I don't get this trend. And if you guys do know about disengaging, or you guys do disengaging, please tell me why you think it's okay. If there is another point of view that we're not seeing, I would love to hear it, because I don't see how disengaging has any positivity for a child. If the only positivity is for yourself, you're selfish. You're selfish, you're hurting the child. It's not about you.
These comments are horrible. God.
And I've spoken to Megan before. Megan before on social media and stuff, when people ask us, like, are there ever times that, like, Mike and I don't get our way or things are uncomfortable? Like, in the beginning, Michael used to constantly talk about his mom and stuff, and it was weird for me because, like, I didn't want to hear her name in my house all the time. It was my house. But I have to choose to be uncomfortable, because I'm not going to tell him, don't talk about your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I make him feel uncomfortable? It's his mother. He loves her. He wants to talk about her for hours. Let him talk about her for hours.
And you want to make sure he's comfortable in this house, too. Like, if you're telling him, hey, you can't talk about that, then he feels like there's certain things that he can't say.
Yeah.
You want the child to be as comfortable in both houses as they can be.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun switching from house to house, like, not having, like I said, a stable ground to stand on.
Yeah.
So if it makes him comfortable talking about his mom in your house or whatever, or like he would talk about dad, he would talk about you. That's how I found out about you, was he was talking about you in my house. It's what makes him comfortable, and just let them be comfortable. Fuck, man. Like, put yourself aside for like a second.
That's what amazes me. Like, you're an adult.
I know.
In a relationship with someone, like, you clearly know your new hubby or whatever didn't work out the first time. Like, give a little grace and be like, something happened the first time. Like, let me try to make sure, like, I'm not divorce number 2. Like, don't add fire to the fire, or fuel to the fire. There I go with the wrong things again.
I can't with you. I'm so done with you already today. I already warned you that you're not allowed to use sayings
I
anymore.
need to stop using these damn sayings because I say them wrong. But yeah, like, these people all about, like, their comfortable. How do you say it?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
All about their comfort. Like, they're always like, I'm uncomfortable, or it's my house. Like, I should be able to, like, dictate how things go. Like, even when people ask us, are there pictures of Mike and Megan? Like, are we going to post them all over social media? No, because that's going to make me uncomfortable. But if Michael wants pictures of his mom and dad, whether or not it makes me uncomfortable has nothing to do with me. Those are his parents and have nothing to do with me. And that's how the mindset should be. Like, if it's something that's going to benefit the child, but it's going to hurt you, then guess what? Grow up. You're the parent. He's the child. It's time for you to deal with it or walk away. Like,
yep. I mean, I don't have pictures, obviously, of Mike and I all over my house, because I have pictures of my husband and our family. And, it's the same way here. But if Michael gets older and has social media, and, all the pictures that I have, which it's only a handful, I'm going to give to him, which is why I have them. And plus, I like seeing, Mike and I next to each other, because then I can look at Michael and see, especially me, because, back when I was young, and
I love that for you.
You can see, definitely, because Mike was younger, too, you can definitely see more of Michael every single day, and in one picture specifically that I have. So if Michael wants to post those to social media when he gets older or whatever, or have them, I don't even mind him having a picture of me and his dad, like, in his room.
Yeah.
But... You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to have them all over my house.
It's
that's
his
something
choice.
We would have to talk to Travis about, too. Like, hey, I mean, I don't think Travis cares, but it's not something we're going to post on social media. We get asked that all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. We all think it's weird. We're not together anymore. You see us together all the time.
Yeah.
I had TikToks where we're standing next to each other. It pretty much looked like that, but 15 pounds lighter.
But even so, like, us choosing to not post the pictures on social media doesn't affect Michael negatively, so that's why we choose to do that. But if he did want it for himself, like, why would we say no? If the only thing that's stopping us is because we're uncomfortable, we need to put that aside.
Yeah,
and I
you
think
have pictures of your parents together, right?
I have all of them.
Yeah, Tiffany has all the pictures, and I have pictures, well, I did have pictures of me and my mom and my dad, but my mom took them back.
I know, yeah, as soon as my mom and dad divorced, some people tend to rip up some photos. I'm sure my mom ripped up some photos, but the most of the photos, she just gave them to me, my brother, because she's like, I don't need them. I have no use for them. But these are your memories. I was in 99% of them anyways. Or if I wasn't, the younger ones when they were in high school together, she just did it so that I can see how they were in high school because, kids are going to ask about those things.
And when, you have a child, you can see the similarities between a young picture of your mother and a young picture of your father, because obviously, they came from you. And when Michael has kids one day, he'll have a picture of, me and his dad when we were younger.
Yeah.
And can see how his kids look and vice versa. There's just so many, reasons to do it, but at the same time, I'm not going to be flaunting them around my house.
Yeah. I forgot the topic that we were on, that we started on this.
Me too. We're going to have to end this soon anyway.
Yeah.
It's been an hour already.
It was.
We'll have to do a part 2. Because I'm going to go through that page. I'm going to get some more.
Honestly, it stresses me out. It stresses me out not just going through this page, going through the comments. Like, when you get to see what people are saying.
People are going to be asking us to call the page out after this.
I don't want to, and I honestly, not trying to give too much away, I had messaged this page beforehand because there's a certain thing that they do every year that I was like, oh my god, I want to be a part of it. That's sounds so cool.
No,
and then as I going through all of their stuff, and I was like, I don't think you guys are doing what I thought you guys were doing.
It's very negative, very parting the seas. Instead of trying to bring bio mom and families together, they're literally taking stepmoms and ripping them and throwing them across the room, being like, you need to stay over here. Let's form an alliance over here and hate bio moms and blended families and shit.
Then they have this thing about taking care of yourself and taking the title stepmom away to give yourself a break, because the title of stepmom is such a heavy burden to deal with. And it's stop trying to do that, because if you are a mom, you don't just get to put that title aside and just take a break or whatever. If you're truly trying to be a parent and live in the parent role, embrace the whole thing or don't.
These
you can't
don't seem
have one foot
in
and one foot out. And I feel that's the biggest thing. You're about to eat snacks right now. I can't chew.
I'm hungry.
That is the biggest thing that I see on this page.
These people just seem like they don't want to be parents, and it's well, then why are you getting married to a person with a kid? Period.
I don't think it's that they don't want to be parents. I think these people are not happy that their significant others have kids already. And I don't get, you knew about this, especially these people who are getting married and who've been with the spouses for 3 or 4 years, you've been knowing about these kids. Why does it come as a surprise that once you guys start marrying and moving into a house, did you think that once you moved in together that the kids were going to be thrown away with the rest of your trash?
But they also call these bio moms batshit crazy, and she wants full custody and she's trying to take us back to court. Bitch, I'll take you back to court too.
Oh my god. So there's one here. Really quick before we end this. The question is, what makes being a stepmom worth it? And some lady's can you come back to me later?
Can you what?
Can you come back to me later?
What the hell?
So yeah, just stuff about that. I mean, they talk about do you cry in front of the stepkids, or do you tell the stepkids when you're going through tough times? And it's they kind of add that whole step parent thing, and if you just take the step word away, would you do it as a parent? It doesn't matter as a step kid. Would you cry and tell the kid that they're stressing you out if they were your kid? If you wouldn't do that to your own child, don't do it to the stepchild. Don't be you're stressing me out, or you're making things harder, or whatever you would say to the child. If you're not going to say it to your own child, don't say it to the child.
Agreed.
These are kids. That's what I want to comment on every single one of these. These are kids you're talking about. These are kids you're bashing. This is one half of your spouse that you are so in love, and that is your soulmate and everything for you. That's one half of him.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we keep saying, him and husband and stepmom is because I am just on a stepmom page. I don't know if there's a stepdad page. I don't know if I want to see the stepdad page.
I'm gonna look at it. It's probably just chill. Women are just so much more catty and just.
I don't doubt it.
But
I think that's why people always message us all the time. They're is this just for show? Are you guys just doing this for show?
Yeah, you caught us. All right, we're gonna end it here. We've got some other stuff to do today. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we will see you next time on episode 10.
Yes.